What is up, everybody? How's everyone doing over here? Hello. I'm over here by myself. I'm going to be joined very soon by my boy Alan Shakespeare. Oh my goodness, look at that raid. Thank you very much, Chris Herman, double toasted. Thank you so very much, man. Colin over here in the chat. Hi. How's it hanging? Anyways, guys, I'm over here. There's so many fucking topics we're going to be talking about tonight, guys. So much going on there. Color me Hazel. Hey there. I was talking to you a minute ago. Thing is, though, guys, hopefully you guys had a good time talking about, or not talking about, but watching the gameplay of good old Dead Space. Dead Space is the shit. I love me some Dead Space. I will say, though, I haven't played Dead Space 2 or Dead Space 3. I know my boy Alan is usually in here talking about some of those older games that might be the shit, might be bad. I don't even know. We always have like a disagreement as far as like what's actually the good shit and what's not. AP saying, rise! Yes, rise indeed, sir. And, oh, we got some people following us over here. Let me see who that is again. Bat Shields, thank you for the bits. And oh wait, I'm actually looking at the wrong shit over here. My bad. I'm looking at double toasted. No, David Bell Gaming, thank you for the follow. And I forgot to even say thank you to E-Mike, who gave us bits last night, I guess, after the show was done. So thank you very much for that, E-Mike, that 40 bits. I really appreciate that, sir. All that good stuff, guys. But here's the thing. I know Alan's going to be joining me very quickly, and I cannot believe I sent him the wrong fucking link, guys. So let me go ahead and send this dude the right link. I have been doing way too many things all at the same time over here. Oh, thank you so much yet again. Someone just followed us. Chris Walker, hello. How's it going? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. E-Mike, thank you again for those bits too, dude. Alan's like, Nick, send me the right shit, you fucking dummy. I'm sorry. E-Mike saying, holy shit, I thought I'd never seen a bad anime series than Caillou, but the Nutsack is just abysmal. What are your thoughts on this show, Diaz? So here's the thing, man. I know people talk shit about Caillou all the time. Probably Alan's going to be saying the same thing right now.
No, I was gonna be laughing at your ass.
Dude, I'm doing DT Bytes, DT regular channel, Facebook, everything all at the same time. I almost made our thumbnail.
Motherfucker messages me and sends me, hey, subscribe to Double Toasted. I just responded with, I guess I'll subscribe. And then he goes live. I'm like, he sent me a fucking blurb thinking that was the link.
I'm so sorry, dude.
So I'm just in the chat going, oh, fuck, he started. Probably thinks I'm not around or I'm sleeping or something.
No, I really was, because even in the beginning of the show, I'm like, well, I wish Mauricio, God, I'm all over the place.
Which Mauricio?
And now someone's fucking calling me. Look at that.
Oh, it's fine. I'll entertain the people in the meantime.
No, it's cool. No, I can tell what it is. It's from Arkansas. It's definitely someone fucking with me. Or as you would say, Arkansas.
It's Arkansas. Until they stop their racist ways, they don't get their name back.
Oh, shit. I guess they're going to be Arkansas for a long motherfucking time, dude. Goddamn.
Goddamn right.
What you call it? Chris Walker says, for your information, they just reverted unreleased. Be careful out there. Yeah, so...
Wait, they just I know the verdict's supposed to come out soon. So when are they giving him key to the city or whatever?
No, dude, that's the thing.
I have no faith in this fucking justice system to convict that man.
No, I actually don't think he's in trouble, dude. I really think he's fine. Wait, did you say you have your shirt backwards?
Yes.
That's okay, man. Fucking, that's kind of silly. Marissa said, you wish Mauricio was on the show? I could get ready for work. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that because then you're going to be on like, you know, Nick, it's not even called that movie. That's how you sound, Mauricio. I'm sorry. Does that mean?
Yes!
I'm sorry. Mauricio, I love you.
That's incredibly mean. What kind of question is that? I hate E-Mike's here. By the way, you never answered E-Mike's question from yesterday about Roman Reigns or whatever.
Roman Reigns. Here's the thing. Since E-Mike is right there and he gave us some more bits today, so I'm going to answer every goddamn thing you be saying. I'm going to go to my Streamlabs really quick, and we're going to pull up what you said, okay? Okay, man? You know what's funny? Streamlabs is not even fucking working. That's so amazing. I love this fucking site. I really do. You know what I mean? It just sits there. Everyone has to use it because they have no options. It's almost like the video game industry.
Just keep naming all the bullshit you hate and go on a rant for 45 fucking minutes.
Dude, that's why you're here, because if you weren't here, that's what I'd be doing, and that fucking sounds crazy.
Yeah, get somebody that actually enjoys stuff.
So here's the thing. Mauricio, one of the questions he asked...
Wait, what? Did you just call Alan Ellen?
I am fucking going through so much, guys.
Mauricio, clip it. See, go back. I'm curious. I need to know this.
I think I did. Maybe I called you Alan. But
Alan
E-Mike, no, well, here's the thing, though. So, to bring this up, because there's so many fucking tabs on my screen, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But one of the questions that he asked yesterday, and I'm sorry, Alan, that you had to be here for this, but I'll make this very quick. So,
good.
There's been talks about apparently Brock Lesnar is going to come back and take out Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is the guy who was always... You see that fat fuck right behind Brock Lesnar? Paul Heyman right there.
The guy with his like hype man, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, he I don't know if I shared this with you, but Paul Heyman actually did an interview with Felix, Big Double Toasted person.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah. So it was it's kind of funny that like, and by the way, he fucked with Felix the whole time because he thought he was a bad interviewer. So he was like constantly just fucking promoting Felix the whole time. It was hilarious. And you've met Felix, you know how crazy he can be.
Yeah, I met him a couple times.
Yeah. So the thing is though is Brock Lesnar though he's the main guy, the client of his agent Paul Heyman, and Brock Lesnar's like this really crazy fucking guy that beats everybody up. He's been champion for so many years without even having to defend it because he's that much of a star and he gets paid that much to fucking not even show up. So he's been gone since the coronavirus started because here's the thing: if there's not gonna be an audience there, they're not gonna make any money. They're losing profit every time Brock Lesnar shows up on TV because he's paid by appearance. So imagine spending $250,000 to make like $20. Fucking stupid.
Ooh, yeah,
that's
ridiculous.
So there's chances that, or there's not chances, but there's a huge rumor that's going around that he's probably going to be returning because Roman Reigns is now with Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman needs to have a job and he writes the storyline sometimes, et cetera, et cetera. He's actually a legitimate agent. So when he's with Roman Reigns, people are thinking like, well, you can't keep doing this thing with Roman Reigns. You've been doing this whole like storyline for a year now. You got to make it interesting. Roman Reigns has beat everybody on the roster now. He's like dude, I'm telling you, and this is probably something you can understand. He's like the Thanos, aka the Shao Kahn of WWE.
You brought him up a couple of times where it's like he'll just kind of, because he's been doing his own thing, like he's in UFC and doing all sorts of other stuff, and he'll just kind of come in, beat the shit out of whoever the reigning champion is, and just kind of walk away. It's like it's a very weird, like, I guess, legacy that guy has.
Yeah, and Roman Reigns is now having that legacy now on SmackDown, where he's like pretty much fucking impossible to beat. So the fact that Roman Reigns is, and I'll actually show you guys a picture of him. This is Roman Reigns over here, this son of a beach. I've always hated him. I've liked him nowadays, but it is starting to get old. But I think that they're going to need a storyline to keep people watching in the middle of the summer. And usually they come out with like the really big names around that time. So yeah, people are saying that Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are going to fight. I think that would be cool, but at the same time, it's like you should probably wait until there's an audience again because it is one of those things, man. You can't really have a situation where like there's no audience and then they're doing this really cool storyline with all these big names. It's like, yeah, you're not making money off of it. You know what I mean? But Color Me Hazel saying Roman Reigns is hot. Yes, he definitely is. I mean, Alan, you can admit this too. Isn't that guy not good looking as fuck?
I mean, if he took a shower once in a while, sure.
No, he took a shower.
He always looks like he doesn't. He hasn't taken a shower in a month. Not saying he like his body, his hair. Looks like he doesn't wash his hair.
Well, I mean, it's glistening because he just got out of the shower, That's all.
No, that's not how I wear it. No.
No, I know. Fucking stupid. Gene saying, hello, hi, anyone there? Hey there, Gene, how you doing? What'd you call it? But yeah, the only contributions I can get to this conversation that Clemmy Hazel has said is that he's hot. And I think a lot of girls would probably say that about lots of these wrestlers.
The guy's built. He's not ugly. It just, again, for me, hair is extremely important. Both men and women.
And me being a wrestling fan, by the way, I just want to win Color Me Hazel over anyone else is watching this, any of the other females. But let me show you another thing. Let me sell you guys on some wrestling. Seth Rollins, also a very good-looking guy. Look at this dude. Don't you wish you had a beard like that, Alan? I know I do.
I mean, honestly, I could probably grow that beard out. Like,
yeah, you actually have that.
The reason my beard is the length it is a personal choice. It's because it gets really itchy if I do it right down here. But I line it up. I go through a process. So 1 week I'll basically lighten it up, where I'll use a specific head on the razor to actually lighten it up. Then the next week I'll just even it out and let it grow in a little bit. So it's like I keep it this length because it's comfortable. Anything else is a little bit too uncomfortable, but I could easily grow a beard out there. It's a good beard though.
Yeah, well, no, but like you, man, I mean, I will say, in a few years, you're going to be looking like this guy over here, Keanu Reeves. So.
Hey, man, I wish I could look like Keanu Reeves.
Is there any particular point, like, I know we made a big joke, and for reiteration purposes, one time we were talking about how I hate that I have something in common with Nick Diaz because my name is Nick Diaz, and I'm not as good as Nick Diaz. So it fucking sucks. But the thing is, though, is Alan, I guess, misunderstood what I was saying. He's like, yeah, I can't stand it when people say, like, I look like Keanu Reeves. And I was like, well, I've never heard that.
When I was really young, I have a really young photo of me. I was gonna try finding it on Facebook right now and giving it to you.
Right here just looks like you. I'm not even joking. Right there, he kind of looks like you, like when you were young.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I'm old as fuck right now, apparently. But I always know I had a buddy of mine that kept telling me I look like Keanu Reeves. I never really agreed with it, but I wasn't taking that as an insult because I always liked Keanu Reeves, and especially now the whole John Wick, the whole long hair, beard, suit. I'm like, yeah. That would be a fucking compliment to be considered to look like that dude.
Yeah. Oh, no. And the Ed, man, that's kind of sad. Okay, so Color Me Hazel. And, man, I got to give a link to Jet. Hopefully she's not working right now. but I really, really want her opinion on this. But so there was nudes that got leaked from Seth Rollins, and apparently he was made fun of throughout the whole wrestling roster because he had a very small pee-pee. So,
oh no.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
unfortunate.
Like, Economy Hates, does that make or break? Like, let's just say Roman Reigns, like, because I know Seth Rollins probably not as good looking as Roman Reigns, but if Roman Reigns has small, like, are you still interested? Like, I don't know. I gotta get Jet in here, man. Let me see what I'm gonna give her a link.
Yeah, and I sent you a photo to the personal chat. I'm not saying that photo looks like Keanu, but like if you compare that photo to like Matrix, to the Matrix Keanu Reeves, I consistently was like that looked more like the Beatles, but it's the same jawline, the same dopey ass face. Compare that to like Matrix 1 Keanu. It's like, yeah, okay, a little bit.
Dude, I really wish I could see that Alan do that bit where he's just like, "You killed him! You killed him!"
And that's like the oldest. Well, that's one of the oldest, except for the kid photo I have. That's probably one of the oldest photos I actually have.
Let me. I'm gonna give Jet this link really quick too, just because I really want her opinion on Roman Reigns' dick. Which, by the way, it's funny how I want my girlfriend's opinion on another man's dick. I need to chill out with that shit. So.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I'm fucking weird, dude. I don't know what the hell my problem is. You know, that's
You
how
like
much I like
restless
conversations. That might be another thing. Chat, once again, look, this is almost obligatory at this point, Alan. You know what I'm gonna do, right?
What?
Okay, so once again, guys, reiteration. This is Alan when he was young, and this is Alan when he was famous.
I don't think E-Mike asked earlier why I hate Justin Long. I don't think he's funny. I think he's one of the least. Well, that he's pulling it off because he's holy shit. Every fucking movie I've ever seen him in, I don't think he's interesting. I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think there's anything good about this guy. I just think he's basically stuck in the Kevin Smith fucking black hole of shitty comedy / romance fucking movies. And I've never liked a single thing I've ever seen him in.
So really quick, I want to bring this up too, and thank you for the bits, man. We're gonna talk about wrestling a lot, probably, huh? But the thing is, though, is the Edman says, "How big is Batista's dick?" So if you guys don't understand where that comes from, there is this thing called kayfabe commentaries, and essentially it's a shoe promo thing. And just so you know what it is, Alan, shoe promos is when people are out of character, they're not contracted by WWE, so they're not like forced to have to hide anything. They can say anything they want. And people ask a bunch of serious questions like, "Hey, who did you fuck in the roster? Did you hate your boss? Did you want to quit? Did you do drugs?" And they just tell the truth about everything. For some reason, though, every time someone would get fired and they do this fucking interview, somewhere within half the show, there'll be a question from random people on either Facebook or email saying, "How big is Batista's dick?" And I'm telling you, Alan,
are you taller than Batista's dick?
Oh, yeah.
Man, that is so offensive. I'm mad at that question. That motherfucker's looking at that shit going, "Thanks for hosting."
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm just mad for that guy because he's looking at that going, "Motherfucker, I'll fuck climb through this goddamn internet and beat the shit out of you."
Yeah, because his whole thing was that he was a midget, Hornswoggle. And by the way, that's the new Leprechaun, so you're gonna see him often, Alan, because I want you to watch Leprechaun movies.
No,
you have to. I'm your boss.
I don't give a fuck. I quit.
Fuck. You can come back.
Okay. I literally, by the way, I want to point out when it comes to movies, I get 3 a year. I refuse to watch movies, and I pick them very carefully. I think it was Aladdin. That was one of the ones that year, yeah. And Teen Titans Go. I was like, I'll watch anything else. I'm not watching those movies.
And you missed out on 2 good movies. I can't believe it.
I didn't.
But like his face is just like, man, really? Like, on top of just getting the same question over and over again, but like, are you taller than this dick? Like, fuck you, man. And the other guy, Sean Oliver, on the right side of the screen too. Like Sean Oliver, just kind of like, I know this will be a good question.
He's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, just being a fucking asshole. Oh, it's fucking amazing though, dude. I love that stuff. I really do. But anyways, E-Mike over there, he says, if, up above and the thing hopefully doesn't go away, he says, and if those sorry sons of bitches didn't fire this man, I would want to see a Roman Reigns versus a badass face Samoa Joe. Yes, I actually would have really, really liked that shit. I would have really liked Samoa Joe fighting, what's his face, Brock Lesnar or anybody like that. But the thing is, though, is that Samoa Joe, and I think that's another question that E-Mike asked, so sorry about so much WWE things. I promise this will go fast, Alan. But our boy over here actually got fired or released or whatever from his contract. But I've been saying this for a long time, guys. Look, I'm not in shape person myself, Like, I mean, I think I'm doing better nowadays. But the thing is, like, this is an athletic thing. Wrestling is very, very important. If you're not in shape, if you don't hold your shit together, you can hurt somebody very, very bad. And he has, and he's hurt himself many a times. That's why he started doing commentary, which is where you just sit down, you just talk about the show throughout the entire night for 2 hours on USA Network. So they got rid of him because he was actually wanting to go back into the ring. I remember like there was lots of rumors going on about that. And plus, if you're on the commentator and stuff, you're getting paid like a big ass salary, but that's not your talent. That's not what you do. And he was good. I liked him, but at the same time, that's not what they want to have on there. But yeah, so they got rid of him. He might be going to AEW or some other show, but people are very upset. I'm just like, dude, no, because you have started so much shit, like with you hurting people, hurting yourself, getting in the middle of storylines, and then because you're injured, they can't continue them, which is fucking up. With Marvel, whatever, they got 2 years to do a movie. You know what I mean? Like, if someone gets injured, they can write around that. They can do something to continue, like, moving forward. But when you get injured in wrestling, you can't be used. You know what I mean? So it's like, you will ruin, like, this narrative they've been building for fucking months, maybe even years, just because you didn't want to fucking take care of yourself. Like, that fucking sucks. So I don't feel no sympathy for this, E-Mike, and I'm sorry if you and I disagree, but, dude, it's not just your own health, man. You're putting other people in danger when you weigh 350 pounds and you're falling on them and shit, and you can't, get ready. Or, whatever the fuck, just be safe. So exactly, that's the thing there. One more question. He says, let me see what this was. Oh, if you haven't watched MLW, I know the perfect opponent from Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. I do not know who that is, sir. So sorry if I can't actually name this person. I'm actually about to look him up, and I guarantee you this guy's definitely not that wrestler. So, yeah. That's why I saw when I looked it up, dude. I'm sorry. But, yeah, man, all I'm saying, though, it's just like it's strange that there's so many characters being built on these other wrestling shows, and they might be bought by WWE later on. But hopefully they don't keep firing people for no fucking reason, because apparently 2020 was like the biggest financial year for WWE in a long time, and yet they're getting rid of like the most people they have in a while. So it's like, ooh, like that's...
Yeah, that happens all the time. Just because somebody has a big year doesn't mean they're not going to find ways to cut corners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's not cool. Courtney Hazel says, does the WWE even take care of their wrestlers? They don't. Even Alan just started laughing on that one. It's just like, yeah,
even really I know that one, man. That's the worst part. It's like they make all this money, and it's honestly the WWE is like the music industry. Just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean the higher ups are going to give a shit. As soon as they're done with you, they're done with you.
Yeah, you might say, I heard rumors are going around. He's going to be going to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That would be cool. I would like that, but I'm not a big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling because I do feel like there's way too many storylines that I got to watch years and years of shit to catch up on. It's almost like dude, I wanted to join on. It's almost
like trying to be a wrestling fan.
Well, no. Well, see, it's not like that too much because with wrestling, if someone tells you the right spot to start watching, like, you can catch it pretty quickly. Because WWE even likes to say, like, we're not going to bring that up. Like, let's just fucking do these news stories. But New Japan, they're really, really good about, what was it called? Like,
continuity.
Continuity, yeah. I was going to say continuity. Like, what the fuck is that?
I mean, yeah, you almost got it.
But continuity. They're really good about that, which is a good thing, but it's also a very difficult thing for even wrestling fans to get into if they don't even know the storylines or the characters. So, bravo to New Japan, but also, fuck that, I'm not doing that. But it reminds me of, like, I want to watch The Flash Season 7. I was like, hey, Alan's talking about it, I want to go watch The Flash too. How the fuck can I get into, like, I mean, do you feel like
good luck?
Okay. Yeah, because, like, I mean, okay, let's just say that I was going to do that, and I didn't want to start off in the very beginning. Is there any particular season that might be good to start off with, like, half-ass-wise, to watch The Flash and know what's going on?
Season 4.
Season 4? Okay.
Season 4, because Season 1 is, like, the start of the character. Season 2 basically continues a lot of that stuff and adds to it. Season 3 it almost feels like they're finishing like the final storyline with everything they're doing with the characters and deal with the criticism of, hey, every single villain's a fucking guy that runs faster than the main character. Let's try to come up with some, more original storylines. So then Season 4 happens, and by that point, it's like, as long as you know the Flash exists, the individual stuff they'll have the previously on, or they'll be like, hey, remember that time we fought that one guy? Well, he's back again type shit. So Season 4 is also a good starting point, but unfortunately, the show doesn't get really any better. Like, it kind of goes up and down, and really, honestly, man, it's got to the point with Season 7, like, I don't even care anymore. Like, this series should have ended. Honestly, it should have ended at 5.
So, really quick, Jet just came in, guys. Just so you guys know, there's like a bell that goes ding, ding. That means someone entered the call. The thing is, I really need Jet's opinion on this. Jet, are you working? Are you able to talk for a second?
I am off work.
Oh, okay, nice. Okay, so I gotta bring up something. We're talking about this in the chat because E-Mike sent us tons of bits, and I completely forgot about answering some of his wrestling questions yesterday. And right away, as per usual, because I'm gonna admit, lots of dudes that get into wrestling nowadays are some pretty good-looking motherfuckers, right?
Oh my God, you're really going back on this.
If you're gonna ask if Roman Reigns is attractive, he is.
Okay, no, I absolutely no, I agree with that. Right? He's awesome. And this guy, I think, if I was a girl, I'd be trying to fuck this guy right here. You know, just all over that.
I think you're just trying to hide up. You try to fuck him now.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns?
I would rather give it Seth Rollins.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Nope.
I'd much rather go for Roman Reigns.
All right, well then shit. But here's the thing, though. The reason why I'm bringing this up, though, is that, you know, somebody in the chat, I think it was the Edman or somebody, but he was basically asking, oh, thank you, Alex Bernal. By the way, I think you're the guy who edits the wasn't Chris Cox, Chris Herman stuff. So you're the shit just in general, by the way, dude. I've always wanted to tell you that. Amazing that you're helping him out, and hopefully you guys get to 1,000 subscribers, and that would be really cool if that happens. But moving on, though, yeah, so Jet, somebody in the chat, the Edman or somebody, brought up the fact that Seth Rollins' nudes were actually leaked. And, you know, I think I told you about this before, but people make fun of him because he has a very small penis. Can I ask you? Let's just, okay, so obviously you think Roman Reigns is better, so let's go to him instead. If he had a small penis, would you still be interested?
Oh, fuck yeah.
See? Thank you. That's the reason why I was asking. Because, Alan, you might think it's weird I'm bringing this up, but I'm giving everybody, everyone watching who has a small penis, I'm giving you guys a hint here. You don't have to be packing to, like, get girls interested. Okay? Just know what you're doing with it. And by the way, too, like, yeah, he's a great-looking guy. He's in shape. He takes care of himself. Like, you know.
Wait, did I enter a discussion when you guys were talking about Roman Reigns' penis? Or
No,
like
no. Don't say we. Him. I was just here while he was talking about his dick.
You were here. You were here, sir.
I was here also.
Email saying, by the way, Diaz, did you hear about Roderick Trump being released from WWE? His contract might be a short storyline, but I don't know. I did not hear about that, but if they do get rid of him, I gotta tell you, that guy's kind of boring. Undisputed Era made him, you know, a big deal. So yeah, it is what it is. Columbia Hazel says, just have a good personality and be a gentleman. I gotta be honest, if I was a chick though, I don't want a gentleman. You know, it's like, oh, let me hold the door for you. It's like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let me be nice to you. Fuck you. What?
No, that's annoying.
No, more like, hey, let me just walk through this door and just slam the door in your face.
No, just open it like further enough so if you hurry the fuck up, you get in there fast.
Wow, Jet's a lucky woman.
I hope
to be fair, I'm the one basically going through the door and then it's closing it up.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right
door
about
for you. No, I opened the door for you. Let's fucking not.
Bullshit. He does it. He just walks.
No, because no, you know the thing that sucks? Because I didn't even get to bring this up to Jet ever outside the show, so now we're doing it on the show. I don't give a shit. But Jet,
why?
Sometimes I open the door and like I do it like too fast or whatever the fuck, and we get into awkward moments where we're like at a standstill, and those little things like that kill me. But you know what? As long as I'm the gentleman who opens the door, we're good. But you know how many times I felt stupid?
By the way, this chat attack is brought to you by Jerry Springer.
I felt so dumb over that fucking door.
Or Maury, whichever one is it you guys remember.
You want to know what's like a fucked up thing that I do every now and then?
What?
No, I don't need to know this. I'm good.
So, you know how sometimes like you're walking way ahead of someone, like going into a place or whatever? They got the pull open doors and you got to hold them like open, whatever. Sometimes I'll notice that someone's like way far behind me.
Oh, I hate those people. It's the worst because now I gotta run.
I'll literally just keep the door open, just like wait for him, just staring at him the entire time, just holding the door, just like. But I'm still being polite. But I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let me hold this door forever.
Oh, that's a bull. Straight up, that shit makes me mad. That like, cause like you can't sit there, and nod. You have to speed up because they're doing something nice. But at the end of the day, it's like, bro, I'm like 2 minutes away. Just go live your life.
No.
I'll literally just keep that door open and just stare at you.
You're the worst, especially with your eyes, those beady eyes you have.
Jesus. See, no, that's even more mean. You might say, if you haven't watched NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, no, I did watch that. It was actually great. He says, big ass, me to bed. What? I'm sorry, dude. The way he wrote that, he said, big ass to me, bed? What? He says, do you think Kyle O'Reilly is poised to be next Daniel Bryan? No, yeah, for sure. I think he will be. He's a fucking amazing. But I think more so, Adam Cole will be the next Daniel Bryan more so than anybody else. Oh, he said main event. Well, yeah, either way, though. I think the answer still stands. But, yeah, absolutely. But let me show you an example, by the way, from one of my favorite movies of all time. And I hope Alan would like to watch all 3 of these movies with me sometime soon. But I love A Bronx Tale.
I'm not watching... Oh, okay. I was like, I'm not watching any more Freddy movies.
No.
I guess he's not watching A Bronx Tale now.
Yeah, because Freddy Krueger's in it. No, but there's this part...
Is he?
No, he's not. God damn you. You fucking nerd.
Oh, you're right. What Korn song is playing in the trailer for this movie?
Yeah. People Power Friend is already not uploading the Raw shows anymore on YouTube. I don't think they are actually. I think they've kind of stopped that because of the whole Peacock thing, and hopefully Peacock stops fucking with people. It's been happening a lot, especially with WWE content. But anyways, moving on though. Back to the door thing. I want to show an example of how fucking stupid this door situation is. And Jet, I think you would agree with me how dumb this is.
Are we still on the door situation?
Yeah, look at this. He opens the fucking door.
Yeah, I think I know this. Yeah.
Yeah, he opens the door for her. She sits down. And this is all the door test. He's trying to see, okay, is she a good woman? Is she going to reach over and grab the fucking, unlock the thing for me? Oh, now we got to marry her. She's amazing. It's just opening the door. What the fuck, man?
See, now my ass would just basically just look at you the entire... Because the thing is, I'd be knowing what you're trying to do, because I'm pretty... Like, who did that? Like, what movie was that?
I want to point out that modern cars don't have that issue anymore. Like, you open the fucking door, you can open all of them with the fucking key thing.
But even before that, like, when you open the door for her, like, are we... Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and no offense to any women watching right now. I think this only...
Oh, God. Be offended.
No, I promise. I don't mean nothing by it. I have a girlfriend, so I must be kind of okay.
No. But
here's the thing. I totally think you should do things for girls because it's nice, right? But the thing is, to have to open a door for a girl, you're just assuming that all girls are too fucking stupid that they can't open the door for themselves.
It's not. Oh,
this is going too far. That's kiss ass shit. Like, really?
No, it's not.
Okay, she needs me to open the door.
It's the idea. It's the idea that you're doing something nice for someone, regardless of whether or not that you're expecting any sort of reward. If I am in the fucking car and I came up, it's like, oh, here, let me open the fucking door for you, my friend. Go in, and I'll go to the other
Would you open the door
side.
for me? You've never opened the door.
Yeah,
for
of course I would.
You've
I gotta open all 4 to make sure you get in.
You've never.
Your big fucking ego.
There's been times I've wanted to. I literally wanted you to open the door, and you did it. And I sat there looking out the window. That one time with the lift.
I don't fucking remember. We're gonna do a
lot of lifts.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't fucking remember that shit. But this idea that it's idea that you have to do something that is just do it. Like, why does that have to be a thought process? Hey, if I'm walking by a fucking door and someone's behind me, okay, cool. I walk faster. Here, go through the fucking door. I don't mind. I'm not sitting there going, do I want to be nice to this person? Am I having a good day? It's like, no, just fucking do it. This idea that has to be some fucking mental calculus just to do something as simple as opening a fucking door, I don't fucking get it.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I don't even mean it like by regular doors. Like, I was joking earlier about that, but I'm not joking about the car doors. This is like thinking that women can't do their own fucking, like, they have hands.
You know what I would do personally?
What?
Like, I would open the door, like, knowing, like, you're 2 minutes away and basically just stand there while the door's open, just waiting for you to sit down.
What, are you going to run to the car? How would you in the car and just stand there? It's like,
Alan, I'm keeping the door open for you. Like, why are you taking so long?
Yeah.
You jumped out a window just to get to the car faster.
Yeah, man, saying, this is relationship talk. I don't think it is. Because, like, that's the thing is, like, because when you go on a date with a girl...
No, you know what it is? Just the kind of person is like, hey, do you want a glass of water? Sure. Pours the glass, leaves it on the counter, comes back to her seat. I got you a glass.
That's actually kind of funny.
No, because like
I'm thinking like, how crazy can this get?
No, like nice things is like maybe if you're really behind me, I'll pull out your chair for you on the thing so you don't have to touch it, or like I'll make sure to pay for.
Why does there have to be a mental calculus to it?
Like, why do you have to sit there?
Yes, it is, because you're like, well, if you're behind me, I'll open this. Like, why not just do it?
Because for one, I'm like, now I'm in the way. Now it's taking longer for you to sit down because I gotta be in front of you pulling a chair.
No, if you know how to open up a chair, just be like, hey, can I get your chair? She says no. Okay, cool. Go to your seat. If she says yes, then you do your thing.
Okay,
like, it's not that big.
The reason why I'm saying this, dude, is just like there's a lot of guys that go out there and saying like, hey, like I'm a nice guy. I do this for girls. I do whatever the fuck. And it's like,
and those guys are assholes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like I'm not saying you're that guy, but it's like to think that's like, come on, it's a nice thing to just do it. It's like it's also a average thing of just being like, look, we're two different people. We're two fucking like just regular, fully functional human beings. Why do I gotta treat you like you're dumb, like you're a kid? Like, am I gonna put her fucking handkerchief on next? Am I gonna fucking feed her with the juice?
No, but You don't have again the things that I would do for anyone. Any in particular, either I'm on a date or I'm chilling with my friends. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do nice things for them because I want to make sure that they're having a good time and enjoying themselves. The idea that it's like you have to treat a potential date completely different than one of your friends is to me, it's like, so you're gonna go through this extra bullshit because you're like, oh, if I'm extra nice, I'll have sex, right? It's like, no, you're good. You're hopefully wanting to be with this person to spend some time with. Do what you do. It's like, hey, my buddy Nick wants a glass of water. I'll go get him a glass of water. And when the girl wants a glass of water, I'll get her a glass of water. I'm not gonna sit there. Well, Nick's my friend. He's able enough, and he pissed me off today. I'm not gonna do it. It's like, no, he wants some water. I'll give it to him. Like this idea that it's like you have to pick and choose depending on who the person is. It's like, no, just be fucking nice all around.
I don't know. Well, thank you, Gary. It's situations like this, right? Where like Gary, because look, I understand right now. I kind of look like an asshole. Totally. And then Gary comes around and it's like, no, sir, can I sit there in the asshole throne? It's like, yeah.
The funny thing is, you don't even believe half the stuff you're saying because the thing is, you basically run to open the door for me.
Well, no, because I love you. That's the difference. I actually love you. But
he'll do the opposite of me. He'll just close the door and hold it.
No, because the thing is, like, I care about Jet so much, so I literally will do that. I'll do lots of shit that's like she don't need me to do. But I've been on dates though. Well, not necessarily been on dates, but I've been around girls like we're in school, and it's like, hey, like open the door for me. I'm like, I'm not gonna come on, I'm not doing that. Just because you're a girl and you're pretty and I'm supposed to do everything for you, like, no, fuck you. You open the fucking door. Like you're fully functional.
You could have just opened the fucking door and just moved on. Like,
no, but that's why girls treat guys the way they do, because they're like, can you do it for me? And it's like, okay, and it's like, yeah, dumb fucking dude.
Yeah,
it's
not
like,
everyone's like that. That's what I mean.
Most girls
it's
are like that. I'm sorry. I know it sounds shitty.
Girls.
Really?
Most girls that you attract, yes.
Oh, okay, probably.
Who that's with me?
It's definitely not Jet. Jet's actually one of the nicest people I've ever fucking.
Jet will just kick you. It's like, why'd you kick me?
Jet's amazing. Jet's amazing. But there's like I said, I mean, there's been other times where, like, and by the way, it goes for dudes too. Like, if a girl's always like, and by the way, girls out there, if you guys are fucking like, on Tinder and being like, oh, I gotta like make sure I look like the happiest, nicest, and be so interested, blah blah blah. If you do that too much with a guy, he's gonna be like, she don't give a fuck. Like, she's nothing. That was easy. Blah blah blah. Like, there's rules to this shit. You can't be too available. You can't be too nice. You can't be too anything.
Just be your fucking self. This idea that the mental calculus is how people end up in shitty fucking relationships. Just walk up to somebody, and if you have a conversation that's nice with them, cool. If they never talk to you again, it was never meant to be. Like, this idea that you got to sit there with a calculator trying to figure out this person's interested in you. It's really obvious if someone wants to continue talking to you. If you keep sending them messages and they keep responding to you one word, they're not into you. Well, doesn't matter how good.
No, well, you say that, but I will say that there's many guys that still don't get it. So it's
I know those guys don't get it because they think.
But...
No, because again, how many fucking questions does Corey get? Well, like, how do I get girl? It's like it's the same guys asking the same fucking questions year after fucking year because they're waiting for that special fucking like equation to just nail whatever fucking girl that they only fucking spend 2 seconds with. Like, oh, that girl looks attractive. Give me the special formula to walk up and get what I want. It's like, no. Like, if the person's interested in you, they'll do the effort as much as you're doing the effort.
You know what's funny, though? I love when people say, like, yeah, what is the formula? I was like, dude, if it was a formula, do you think you'd be, like, okay with that? Like, like...
Yeah! No, because, again, they only want the short-term thing of, hey, attractive girl there I sleep with and never have to think about again.
Yeah. And, Gene, no, if Be Funny was one of them, I'd be fucked over. And same thing with fucking Alan over here. You know what I mean? Like, because Alan's not funny. Alan kind of sucks. I fucking hate Alan, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, he's the worst person I've ever...
Yeah, so is Nick. The fact that Jed puts up with him is fucking beyond me.
Dude, you know what?
I can tell you the main reason why I like him.
Oh, I want to know this. Holy shit, I don't even know.
You're welcome, Nick.
Appreciate it.
I mean, but the thing is, like, once I tell you, like, you're gonna be pretty mad.
He's only for you for your money.
Yeah. $5. No, I want a real answer. Goddammit, what is it?
No, you're easy as fuck to mess with.
Oh, you man.
Yeah,
fuck this show. That's so.
Look, I know she might be fucking with you, but that's not like entirely wrong. You're really easy to wind up.
You know what, man? You basically just call me fucking like emotionally.
Well, one, you basically stand up for yourself, and two, you're just very, very easy to mess with.
Bro, you just spent the last 15 minutes arguing about opening a fucking door.
Yeah, dude, we're like really into the show right now.
like seriously. And by the way, this all started from you wanting to ask your girlfriend about some other dude's dick.
Oh, at least I'm being fair. Most guys would be like, "Don't you talk about his dick?" I'm like, "Hey, you want to talk about his dick? Go ahead, talk about his dick." You know what I mean? I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but you get angry though when she gives you the answer that you knew you were probably like, she's gonna say this. And she totally said it. Yeah, all girls are the same. It's like, bro, calm the fuck down like a bit.
No, I will say, look, Jet, I'm not mad about you talking about Roman Reigns' dick. But if you ever look at him again,
you asked me.
Okay, let's not get lost in the details.
You were the one that brought up the dick, by the way.
Let's not get lost in the details, okay?
It's only been 30 minutes. It's not that hard.
But the thing is, though, look, you talk about his dick, but don't you ever watch a Roman Reigns match ever again, or else I'm not going to open the door for you, okay? I'm just putting it out there right now, all right? I will stop opening that fucking door. We'll go to Red Robin, you know, and we'll...
and Red Robin's always had my back.
Have they?
Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll make sure when we go there, like, I get to the door before you and just hold it open while you do the fast walk.
I know. It's like, thank you. No, thank you very much. Thank you.
No, when I was in New York, the way we knew to get back, there was always a Red Robin on the way. So whenever I was like, oh, I'm kind of lost, I don't know where I'm going, I would see a Red Robin go, oh yeah, we're in the right place, guys.
Yeah. Versus, I got news for you, that means you're easy to mess with. Fuck you, Mauricio, goddammit. No.
Yeah, again, he said the same shit Jet said 5 minutes ago.
But I like Jet.
I mean, like literally, like, what was one of the first conversations that we had, and what did I tell you my birthday was?
Oh, guys, man. So I
was it birthday or anniversary?
No, it was a birthday. Birthday. No, so essentially, and by the way, with anniversaries, I remember all of them. Jet remembers no anniversaries. I'm sorry to call you out like that, babe, but god damn it. Why do I...
You don't remember her birthday?
No, wait, no, I'm talking about, like, you gotta wait for the thing to start. You don't even know the context. Like, so the first day I talked to Jet, the first day I ever talked to her, so it makes sense why I didn't know her birthday, numbnuts. But she told me, I asked her, like, hey, when's your birthday, by the way? Just, you know, by the way, here's another thing, too, to put this out here. Another fucking great Nick Diaz tidbit here. It's not a bad thing to ask girls what their age is, because that's how you not fuck kids. So ask them about their age. It's kind of important, all right? Thank you. Anyways.
Try not to ask like a police officer.
No, it's just one of the girls like, it's not nice to ask a girl for her age, and you wonder why so many fucking young girls are getting pregnant. You fucking dummies. Why don't you ask for the fucking age? And stop saying don't ask me for my age. It's like, you either want to be fucking kidnapped by a big fucking old pervert, or you want to be in a normal relationship. I'm just saying.
Nick, why do you always have a decent point and go to 11 with it?
Well, you know, because I'm fucked up.
You always have this decent point. Like, you should eat your vegetables. You don't eat your vegetables, someone's going to punch you in the fucking face. I need to get strong. It's like, bro, you could have just stopped at the start.
I'm just saying, because I remember in high school that happened once. Somebody was just like, I asked somebody, like, hey, what's your age? Like, hey, it's not nice to ask about age. I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, I'm 15. And then someone's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, ask, asshole. Like, what the fuck? Like, why am I the dick? I'm trying to not go to jail. Jesus Christ. And I was like 17 years old, so it would have been okay still. But you should still ask, people. Just ask. God damn. Anyways, by the way, Alan, you know what you just defended, right? You defended not asking about age.
No, I didn't.
That makes you look weird.
I just stopped you from sounding like a crazy person for 2 fucking seconds.
Well, that's too late for that, babe. I've been crazy.
I'm trying here. Somebody has to try.
Anyways, though, so, you know, like Chris says, ask if she's allowed to drink. That's another way to be.
That's fucking creepy as hell. Are you allowed to drink? Why?
It's like, because he could say, because I want to buy you a drink. You know,
yeah, that's creepy.
Because it's like, I don't want to look weird buying you a drink to be nice. And
so I'm going to ask if you can ingest alcohol.
I mean, yeah. I just try to make him not look so bad, but, you know.
No, I'm sorry, bro. You can't ask a girl, walk up to somebody, do you drink? Like, maybe say, would you like a drink? That's fair. Because it says, oh, I'm not old enough to drink. Then you get your answer.
But no, but then when I say they might, because not everyone drinks that's over 21. You can talk to a 26-year-old and be like, do you drink? No. Oh, I guess I can't fuck. He's like, no, you can. It's just I don't drink. I'm not like all you other dummies. Walk up to everyone,
ask license and registration, please.
Yeah, you know, this is a very awkward stream.
Oh, we've had way worse. Oh, wait, how is Gary saying that?
I know, but it's wonderful. Gary's incredible. But anyway, so I forgot what the fuck I was gonna ask. I was gonna say earlier.
You were talking about Jet's birthday.
Oh, Jet's birthday. Yeah. So when I first met her, I was trying to get to know something about her. I was like, "When's your birthday?" And she's like, "Oh, it's February 31st." And I was like, "Oh, awesome! I'll make sure to write that down, and then we can actually like hang out in a year from now. I'll see if we can all like go to New York or something for your birthday." And then she's just like, "Yeah, on the 31st." I'm like, "Yeah, mm-hmm." And then like it took me 10 minutes, and she like sent like a laughing emoji or something, And I was like, what's so funny? I'm like, oh, there's no February 31st.
No, unless you remember like March 2nd or some shit.
Yeah, I know. Does that change, by the way, too? Like, well, no, it doesn't change. It doesn't exist. God damn, Nick, you did it again. Like, oh my god.
By the way, was it actually 10 minutes or was it several days?
No, it was 10 minutes. Okay, fuck you.
Jet, tell us the truth. How long was it actually? Because I know Nick, he'll downplay his own stupidity if he can't find a way to win from it.
It wasn't that long because I didn't want to mess with them too much.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Fuck you. I don't believe you. You messed with me for hours the first time we met.
See, by the way, too, is like,
What did I do? What did you do? You didn't tell me. I walked up to you and I thought you were. I was like, oh, that's Jet. You're like, I'm not Jet. It was hours before you told me.
Keep in mind, guys, that he's already talked to Jet before he met her.
Oh,
so he should know her voice.
The 3 words, and most of it was through text messages.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And by the way, people's voices sound different on the stream than they do in real life. That's when I met Nick and didn't even realize it was him.
Oh no, that's just you being silly. Because I sound.
How?
Exactly
it's not like one photo of you that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, well, you should have really looked at that photo.
No, it was completely different in every way, shape, and form.
I'm the same person. What the fuck are you talking about? How am I that different?
Oh, dude, show that photo. Like again, I have photos of you in New York. Yeah, but yeah, there, goddamn.
I'm not showing that photo. Nope.
Jet's birthday today? What?
No, Chris.
No.
No, we don't have that much connected tissue at the DT
I mean,
shows.
it can be.
Yeah, if you want to buy her a gift, yeah.
Just put your PayPal in there and get a bunch of fucking money.
Yo, I'm surprised that Jet didn't do that already. Put like a PayPal.me on her fucking Facebook, and it's like, hey, my birthday. I get 2 a year. Don't ask questions.
I get 2 a year.
But anyways, yeah.
Gemini.
So I am surprised though. Like, why did you still like continue on with me when you knew I was that stupid? Because like, that could be a problem. Somebody being that.
Kind of answered your question of you're easy to mess with.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that bad though. Jesus Christ, like, I mean, I think everyone pretty much knows that there's no February 31st. But
I like to have fun.
Well, that's good. Girls just like to have fun.
And once again, also, you're someone who's quick to like stand up for themselves and other people.
Yeah, it's almost like he's angry all the time.
Yeah, you are.
A little.
But moving on though, guys. Speaking of people being fucked with, whatever. Lots of the Sony fans and video gamers in general are getting fucked with because Sony is reversing their decision to do the whole PS3 and Vita thing after all. So, I mean, in case you guys don't know, basically, these stores or whatever, they start kind of going down. We actually have another story that I didn't use last week that we're going to talk about today about the Capcom store going down.
The who? As everyone goes, the what?
No, what do you mean? Right? Capcom, the big Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, whatever the fuck, the Street Fighter company, like they're amazing.
Their own store, though. Like, does anyone even know Capcom had a store? Most of their games are bought on the regular, like, fucking consoles or Steam or whatever. The fact that I actually didn't know till that story broke that Capcom had its own store.
I knew it. I knew about it.
I went on there looking for Monster Hunter figures, and they were all sold out. So that store is basically useless, and I'm glad it's gone now.
Wow, shit. Yeah, well, we'll talk about that too in a minute. But like, my whole thing here is just like, I don't know what's up with the PlayStation stuff because, like, for me, look, I think we can all agree that PSN store is probably one of the worst stores in the history of video game consoles. Like that.
There are enough stores that can fight it, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah, and the thing is, though, is like as we play these, like for me, I remember the PS3 one was not that bad. The original XMB was actually very fast.
No, the PS3 was terrible from start to finish.
Okay, well, I mean, you feel that way, but for me, I didn't feel that way, and it fucking worked fine or whatever. And then it started slowly and slowly getting like, or not slowly and slowly, it was getting slower and slower by each update, is what I meant to say. And especially when the PS4 came out, it became like unusable. And believe it or not, it's even gotten worse than that. And the PS4 store, I actually was okay with in the beginning. I mean, granted, it was very confusing, as Alan's probably about to say too. It's like, that was kind of rough. And then that started getting slower and slower to the point where like I bought games and didn't get them because it had to take 30 minutes to load the fact that I bought it.
I stopped buying them on the actual system. I just got the app because the search engine, I don't know where you're saying that the PS3 store was good at any point, because the search engine for both the PS3 and PS4 were some of the worst search engines I've ever seen in my goddamn life. So you have the fucking alphabet on the left, you gotta scroll up and down to fucking get a letter, and then as soon as you get another letter, through some random bullshit, it just disappears a bunch of letters like you're playing the worst video game ever, trying to fucking puzzle your way through trying to figure out a game. And then half the time it doesn't let you actually finish the title, so you can't actually find the fucking game on the goddamn store. And it was the worst. Trying to find shit on the PS3 was terrible. PS4 was just as bad because it was the same fucking system. It didn't even update the idea of the storefront. So I would just use the app because I could just type it in what I fucking wanted and it would buy it. Sometimes it would show up, sometimes it wouldn't, like Nick was just saying. But eventually they added in a normal fucking keyboard so you can actually search shit up. But I don't know what the PS5 store because I don't really have access. I have access to it, but I've never really put any time into a PS5. But Sony's storefronts have always been terrible.
So the one you're talking about, that's why I knew for sure that there was a miscommunication there, a misunderstanding, is that thing with the vertical, like going through the alphabet thing, that wasn't in the PS3 until very, very end. And I actually have visual proof. This is the one that I was used to. So do you remember this at all?
No, is that the actual PS3 one, or is that another one of the storefronts?
No, that's the PS3 store. That was the way it was originally in 2006 and whatnot. And it was very, very simple because it was very fast. That's the thing, is like you could search something very, very quick, and you would like go through the entire like X and B where like it would have all the videos or all the video games there, alphabeticalized, and then also in price ranges, and then also too like when you would type in words, they would find like all the stuff you want, whatever the fuck, but it had like a regular like typical keyboard style, like to actually look for the characters and whatnot. So it was really, really cool, and yeah, it was fast. That's my biggest thing, and like even able to like add to the cart so easily. I mean, that was another thing I really liked about it. And then they switched it up to the point where, like, let me see if I can find over here to show you guys what we're talking about now. Because these are just still images, so I hope that the guy actually shows these fucking things. But right around this time, yeah, right here, that's when the store got fucking terrible. Right here. You know what I mean? You would have to go to, I mean, look at that page right there. Oh, and thank you so much. Somebody, I can't read what this is.
I can't read your fucking name, buddy.
Yeah.
It said Nerdy Goosey.
Oh, Nerdy Goosey. Oh, I've actually watched you a lot, Nerdy Goosey. Glad that you're over here hanging out with us. But no, so like the thing is though, is like about that store is like I got to a point and I want to show you guys something. The reason why I had this browser window open. So as you see over there, like you had to go to games, and then that opens up a whole nother list on that column on the side of the screen, and then get into another column, and then everything's separated through like PS Plus deals, and then just game deals, and then movie deals. It was fucking insane.
Yeah, they used to have the movie stuff there all the time. Movies and TV shows. In all honesty, who actually watched half that shit? Like, I know people would get the Netflix app and watch it on their PlayStations, but who actually ever bought movies on there?
Shit, I don't even fucking know. But the thing, it's just crazy the fact that they even had that there, because another thing that I really don't like about it too is the fact that they even have like let's say like Assassin's Creed the movie was coming out, right? You would go to games and I'd be like, we got Assassin's Creed deal. But you click on it. Oh, and thank you for raiding with us. Thank you very much, Nerdy Goosey. I know lots of people follow lots of DT and Chris Herman stuff, you know, in that group. So, hey there, guys. Hopefully you guys are not like, oh, shit, not these guys again. But right now we're talking about the PlayStation 3 stores and the whole thing about Sony. But the big thing about this, though, too, is just like, for me, I remember, you know, because Assassin's Creed will be like the big Assassin's Creed deal because the movie's coming out. When you go in there, though, they will have, like, the movie in the games, so you might accidentally buy the fucking movie thinking it's the video game.
Like, yeah, it was confusing as fuck. It was one of the worst. Like Xbox has its own problems with its live, but it kind of got live right away. Like as soon as it did the Xbox Live, it nailed it immediately. It knew, like, it wasn't perfect by any means, but they got Xbox Live on the original Xbox working, mastered it on 360, and they kept doing stuff, and they had their own issues. But I want to say that it was a pretty good storefront for the most part. Sony. And they outsaid this. They didn't think that online would be as popular as it was. They didn't think online storefronts would be ever popular, so they never put any effort into it. It wasn't until midway through the PS4 that they decided to actually put some effort into it. That's why the whole name change thing was a huge debacle, because they realized that they never created a system for that because they didn't think it would ever last. That's why it's like now when you make a PlayStation name, you could move forward. For people that have had it since the PS3, like me, you can't fucking do it without losing everything, so it ends up not fucking being worth changing your fucking name. Xbox did it for like at first they charged $10, which was kind of preposterous. I think they do it for free now. You get like 2 free ones or whatever. But Sony's always had a problem with this, and so when the news story came out that they were getting rid of the stores, I was like, okay. I didn't even think twice.
Yeah, and since then they've actually reversed that decision, which is kind of like, okay, well now you guys are pretty much putting out there that you're able to keep these things going. The only reason why you're trying to change them is to take more shit away. And when you see people get mad, you switch the decision so fast where now it's very, very indicative that you don't have to make any of these changes. You guys are fine. That's one of the things that happened with the coronavirus, where it's like, okay, everybody can work from home. It's like, wait, we could have been doing this? Why didn't we just do this? You fucking assholes. It's like, Yeah, maybe it's better. Like, if you're gonna do something, you're gonna take something away. Make sure to take that shit away, because if you take it back, now we can't trust any decisions you make, and people are starting to find out more and more. As I've been telling Alan, these gaming industries cannot be fucking trusted. They cannot. They keep being caught in lies all the time.
Well, it's less of they didn't change it because of like, oh, they basically wanted to focus resources on the PS4 and PS5. Then they saw how much people gave a shit, which again always surprised me. So they figured like they're balancing basically shutting it down resources versus public perception. Public perception is probably more important than the money, because again, there was not that much money coming in from those storefronts. So the idea that people were kind of yelling about this just blew my mind. It's like, oh, how am I going to sit there and play a game from 15 years ago that I never even thought of? It's like people. It's like, oh, it's going now. Now I'm mad. It's like, what? You didn't give a shit about this 2 weeks ago, but suddenly you care now? It's like nobody gave a fuck about any of the shit that was going on. We thought, oh yeah. Quick word, they got him. They literally got him guilty on all fronts.
I didn't even know.
I don't know if it literally happened like maybe a minute ago.
Holy shit, yeah. So, I mean, I would like to talk about that. Here's the thing, like, I'm glad that happened. The reason why we're not going to have a big discussion about it is because, and this is just a completely personal thing, I fucking hate podcasts that talk about something so important and then do the research. I think that story deserves our research, and I haven't done it yet. So I don't want to, like, profit off of talking about something so serious just because we're a podcast. It's like, let's give it some respect and actually know about it before we go too hard. You know?
Yeah, exactly, because it literally just dropped right now. We're not even sure. Like, I'm just getting random text messages here and there, so it's like we don't even know how much jail time or what ended up happening. But I mean, hey, they got him. Which, in all honesty, I'm surprised because I was like, there ain't gonna get him.
The battle's not over yet though, because those fucking crazy fucks that were defending that asshole, this could start an issue. So be careful out there, still, guys. Seriously, be very, very careful because shit might get fucking crazy.
Yeah, it only took burning down several police stations and about a year and a half of protests and fires for them to, convict the motherfucker. But hey, we got him.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely be careful. And yeah, it's one of those things too where it's just kind of like, never feel victor in shit like court stuff, because it's just like, you never know who's in charge. You never know how many people, how much power's in people's hands, and it's just shit can get crazy. But moving on to silly, stupid gaming shit.
Yes.
For me, it's like, I looked at, Ryan says, I just came back from my first shot. Oh, like a vaccine shot. Nice, dude.
Shots. Turn up.
I know. I was thinking like Ryan's like day drinking. I'm like, God damn, he's been letting this shit get to him. But thank you for the bits though, and congratulations on everything, man. Seriously, it's fucking awesome that you decided to go do that. But yeah, I'm glad that they did switch around everything. It's really cool. And Hazel, Mortal Kombat ad, yes.
Yeah, because they did ad halfway through us talking about that shit.
Yeah, it's almost like they did that shit on purpose. But no, glad you're back. But moving on to, and I want to bring this up because this almost gets a little bit worse. The Capcom started shutting down. Apparently, this was a thing that was going on for the last few years about them like actually having this Capcom store. It even had like a currency. So do you remember like on sites like Game Trailers where if you're active on their community, like you get like virtual money to like buy strategy guides, blah blah blah, all that stuff?
I think so.
Yeah, because like for me, people are gonna lose out on all the points that they've earned, which makes me go right back into a situation too. And it's not about consoles now, but it's like, yeah, dude, I can't trust these kind of sites anymore. I can't trust stuff that's like on Steam where you get like a little bit of money back for all the stuff you buy, or like they even have like those summer sales where it's like, hey, if you buy this, you can use credit to get like an avatar, or blah blah blah. I mean, anything can go.
That was a giant lie from Microsoft. Because they're like, oh, your gamer score can be used to buy shit. Did they ever do anything with that?
No, but Nintendo did. Nintendo Switch, I've actually they gave me like $20 worth of shit for just all the games I bought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, whenever you buy a game, both digital and physical, they give you like a percentage back, which it adds up after a while, depending on how much games you buy. But at the end of it, when it comes to a lot of these storefronts, like the reason they do a lot of the whole point system is an incentive to get people to be interested in it. And you're always going to have people doing it. But after a while, it's like a lot. I literally didn't know there was a Capcom store until right now. And yeah, I'm not the biggest Capcom fan. I like a lot of their games, but I had no fucking idea the store even existed until it got shut down. And that happens a lot where it's like, hey, we have this storefront, it's interesting, but if we get no revenue from it or nothing interesting happens, it's like, it's going to get shut down. This happens. It's a store going bankrupt. It's just on the internet. Steam's never going to go down because Steam is going to stay a digital storefront for a long fucking time. People have been trying to kill it for 10 years, and it's still going strong.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, for me, like I don't like indie stores. I don't like the Widow store. I don't like a lot of that shit. But you know, hey, if they're willing to say, okay, we're gonna be honest, we can't keep things around. It's like, okay, cool. Now people still have more options, and I hope that continues on. And maybe they can create some kind of like dashboard that incorporates all the PlayStation stores, and ones have like a lighter XMB or a more, and you know, what's a new word for XMB, by the way? Is it called like
I have
UI?
no fucking idea. I'm not. UI is honestly a catch-all term because that's the term I use. I know I can't even remember what XMB stands for.
Oh shit, no, neither. Extreme motherboard or something.
Or some shit. I just call it UI because UI is like user interface. Basically UI is different than a HUD. People, I'm tired of people confusing that shit.
I was one of them. I feel stupid.
A HUD is the stuff that shows up, your mini map, your health bar, stuff you don't necessarily interact with. The scrolling map. A UI is a user interface. So it's when you press start and you go to the menus. That's what a UI is.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna forget that soon. Here's the thing, though. I love you very much. We're gonna talk about some movies now. You down for that?
Of course.
Yes. So for those of you that don't like video games, don't worry. We're gonna try to win you back a little bit. Mike Flanagan. People like this dude a lot. Apparently, he's gonna be doing the Christopher Pike little novel here, The Season of Passage. I've never read it. I've never even heard of it, to be honest. So that's just me being a bad books guy. But the thing is like you know, I wish I could have wrote some notes down and be like, hey, dude, I know this about the book, and what's it gonna do here? What's it gonna do there? But I think instead of all that stuff, I'd rather focus on Mike Flanagan himself. Because, man, I didn't hear about this guy for the longest time, and then like 2 years ago, he was just brought up a lot, especially last year with Dr. Sleep. Like, that was a big fucking thing that Mike Flanagan was getting lots of love for, to the point where there's even talks about him handling the Nightmare on Elm Street series. That was actually a talk. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, we never got a chance to talk about Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
It never got brought up.
Yeah, and like Chris Ayers in the chat saying Dr. Sleep's one of my favorite movies of that year. Chris Herman, by the way, said that was one of his favorite movies of the year. And it was like, yeah, it's kind of strange because that movie, I feel like when it came out, it was kind of dead on arrival. Like, it did good that first weekend, and then it was not so great second and third, and then it kind of came back a little bit with the fourth. And it was like, holy shit, like, that must be word of mouth, right? Like,
word of mouth, but at the end of the day, it was one of those situations where the movie was long, but it also, when they released it on Blu-ray, there was a director's cut that was actually an extra 30 minutes. That movie's 3 hours. But I guess what it is such a long movie, and people that enjoy The Shining, it was a very cult movie. Like, the people that you liked are all the cinephiles, like, oh, it's the greatest movie ever, it's great this, it's great that. Most people are like, oh yeah, that movie with the thing in the hotel. Like, it's passing in the mainstream, but the people that love film love that movie. But when Dr. Sleep comes out, it was basically for those people. Dr. Sleep is a movie for people that love The Shining. But if you don't like The Shining...
Yep, that's what to say.
You're not going to like the movie. Now, I had the opposite situation. I saw them both in the one sitting, and I fucking love Dr. Sleep. Dr. Sleep is fucking amazing. The fact that man managed to do that on a $30 million budget is nothing short of miraculous, because there's a lot of good shots in that movie. There's a lot of creepy imagery. It goes into detail. I'm watching a director's cut. I'm like, I don't know how you cut 30 minutes out of this, because everything is important. Like, every line of dialogue, everything that happens in this movie is fantastic. They get rid of a lot of dark shit. Holy crap, they murder a lot of children in this. Like,
yeah, but
really
they literally murdered kids. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was surprised by that. And the only thing I've seen by this, by the way, to put that out there, guys, is I've seen the dead meat video, the kill count, and that's it. So, like, I know the important stuff, but like, I didn't watch this movie. And the reason why is because
it's fucking amazing, and but at the end of the day, it's a very slow burn. It's a situation where it's like, it takes for people that like they just want to see The Shining too. This movie is 2.5 hours of a movie. And it's only the last 30 minutes that even goes to the hotel.
Well, no, that's the thing I want to bring up really quick, too, because that's what I was in the middle of saying. It's like, you know, the reason why I didn't watch Dr. Sleep is because I really do not like The Shining at all. This movie is a fucking chore to get through, dude. Like, I mean, you know, there's stuff that's kind of scary, but yeah, like, this is a movie that, like you just said, the last 30 minutes is the shit that everybody remembers, everybody wants to talk about, and that's, you don't need all this buildup to get that point across, because I've sat there with the build up and it's like, I know what's going to happen, and I didn't even know like those scenes yet. By the way, I watched this like when I was young, 10 years old, and you know, I've already been around the horror movie world, so it's like it wasn't like completely new to me. And it's like, yeah, like anyone who is an adult who's been through something, who's watched a movie, blah blah blah, this is going in one direction only, and it better be fucking good. And it was good at the end, but god damn, like,
I disagree. I watched this and like I was watching this with my buddies. I'm not sure if they're watching on the Facebook, but Because I was like, oh, I always want to watch Doctor Sleep because I like Ewan McGregor. I think he's a fantastic actor. And it's like, well, we got to watch The Shining first. I'm like, oh yeah, I watched The Shining, and I never saw The Shining. It was for the first time. I was literally bored to sleep. Like, legitimately, I'm just kind of like passing out, like fucking halfway through. My buddy's like kicking my foot to wake me up because scenes will like, it's the weirdest thing. Like, scenes would focus and it would be like a person talking. But you know how usually when two people are talking, like me and Nick, it'll go to me, then it'll go to Nick, it'll go to me, then it'll go to Nick. It would stay there, like static.
Yeah, like, it was like reaction shots.
Yeah, for like 15 minutes. So like my brain doesn't register that anything has happened. So I'd fall asleep, wake up, and the scene would still be going on. And I'm like, I don't think I missed anything. How long have I been asleep? It's so jarring. And a buddy of mine's like, yeah, you know, Kubrick was a photographer. I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of the images in this movie would be like backgrounds on fucking desktops. But in all honesty, it's like I knew enough of the basic premise. But watching the movie, I was bored out of my mind throughout the entire thing. And there wasn't even the ending. I just didn't like the fucking climax. The ending is so. I'm sorry. The ending is stupid. It just goes. The face he makes when it just cuts to the morning he froze to it. I'm like, I laughed my ass off. Legitimately, I laughed at that because it was so stupid. So I was like, whatever. I bet Doctor Sleep's gonna be as boring. But no, minutes into Doctor Sleep, I'm like, no, this is a way better movie. Like in every way, shape, or form. And 3 hours. I think it's longer than the original by a sizable margin. But like every second of it, I'm like, you know exactly how to set up a scene. You know exactly how to use the cinematography to your advantage. You know how to get. By the way, Isaiah from fucking. That's the second time this year I've seen that dude, and he's a fantastic actor. But every single thing about that movie is amazing. That I want to see this guy do a freaking Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street movie because I think he could pull it off. Like he knows how to do subtlety. He knows how to make you feel for the characters. It's not necessarily scary, but I don't think The Shining is scary either. But he managed to do a lot of stuff with the imagery that it's an extremely interesting movie to watch.
And that's the thing that I want to bring up too is like, you know, due to that, I guess, somewhat review there is just the idea that like, you know, he didn't base Dr. Sleep on the movie The Shining. He did it on the book. And that's what he's doing over here with this, with Season of Passage. So, you know, granted, you know, me and Alan didn't have time to kind of like go through, talk about like, you know, the novel or anything. But I think that there's enough here to be excited about this. And I am curious to see what he's going to do with Christopher Pike's fucking novel. And it could be interesting. But it's also like more interesting than this is his career. Like if he does a great job with Season of Passage, man, Mike Flanagan might be a guy that we're gonna talk about a lot, like in 2023 or something. Do you feel?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I hope they don't pull a fucking because I mean Doctor Sleep wasn't successful enough, but I hope they don't pull a Jordan Peele of hey, he made an extremely successful horror movie. Now let's put his name on everything.
That's
and
true.
Kind of run it into the ground. Like I don't think people are as excited for Jordan Peele's name on producing than they were after he made like Get Out and Us. So it's like, or this is no, this is Us, the TV show. Us.
Yeah, this is different.
I confuse this all the time. But at the end of the day, like there's always this particular shot in for people that have watched Doctor Sleep is the first like when the main villain is doing like astral projection into the girl's mind and she like expels her out. The scene where she's flying right back into her body is one of the best scenes I've ever seen. Like I was like, holy shit! How much did this movie cost? $30 million? Yeah. Bullshit! I've seen $150 million movies with shittier fucking effects than that. Like it's fucking ridiculous. So it's like I want to see this guy do more stuff, and it's like I don't necessarily want to. Hey, he has to tackle Nightmare on Elm Street, but I want to see his next movie because he can do thriller really, really well, and he knows he has a good eye for visuals.
And like another thing I want to touch on really quick too. This will be very, very quick. This is not even highlightable or anything like that, but I really liked Into the Spider-Verse quite a bit. And I was like, well, who would I want to be attached to this? Because like I actually kind of forgot who was attached to the first one. But the thing is, though, it's like Sony is putting on some big bucks here. I don't know all these people, but the one person right in the middle about the show is our boy that Double Toasted, or Corey Coleman actually interviewed, Kim Powers. So that's the guy who did Soul and One Night in Miami. Really? And he is going to be working on the next Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So for me, dude, this is fucking incredible news. Incredible.
I already have my money. Like, yeah. Here's my wallet. Just fucking take whatever the fuck you want. Like, yeah. Spider-Verse to me is the best Spider-Man movie, bar none. I don't sit there and be like, well, live action and yada. No. It is the best Spider-Man movie. It captures every single thing it needs about the character. I wish it, obviously, my only criticism is I wish it focused more on Miles, but you got Miles' story. You got a story that involves a lot of other characters. You got the legacy. It treated everyone with respect, made me cry twice. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like we watched that movie. I'm like, oh god damn it, that scene when his dad, like after the fucking Prowler, gets killed, and his dad just all he knows is his fucking brother died. Goes to his son and he goes, I don't want us to drift apart like me and my brother. I'm like, god fucking damn it, tear in eye every goddamn time I see that shit. So it's like and by the way, and the end of the movie came to me and said, hey Alan, I'm gonna give you something, and it gave me 60 Spider-Man references. I'm like, you just did that for me. That's for nobody else. I fucking love 60 Spider-Man. That's like one of my favorite interpretations of the characters. I'm like, cool. The sequel, you got me. I'm already gonna watch it wherever.
Yeah, no, because I'm hyped for this too. But Jed, what are you feeling about this? Because I mean, you liked Soul and you liked the original Spider-Verse. Do you think it really matters on who's going to be attached to the second one or whatever? Or what do you feel about this?
Oh yeah, it definitely matters because you don't want the wrong people basically doing a sequel. And the fact that this dude did Soul. I mean, Soul is a great movie, so I mean, I only expect the absolute best for the sequel.
Yeah, especially considering, like, I mean, because we can say it's good and etc., but like, it's good in certain ways. It's good in the sense of like, this could have been silly, this could have been very cartoony, it could have been a crowd pleaser, and they're like, no, we're gonna crowd please, yeah, sure, because it's Pixar or it's Disney or whatever, but like, we're also going to bring up something like, deep shit. And
this movie, this movie legitimately fucked me up for life. Like, there's I still think about this movie to this day, and it's been almost a year since it came out. Mm-hmm. There's always that particular line about halfway through the movie where it's like the character's like, oh wait, I like walking, and can that be my spark? Or I like looking at trees, can that be my spark? And he goes, no, that's just normal living shit. I was like, yeah, that's just normal shit. You got to figure out what you got to do in life. But the whole plot of that movie is you can't just keep hoping for that magical moment to start your life, because your life will just fade away. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I gotta do some shit right now.
I know, like, man, after watching that movie, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing, just sitting here, just chilling. Like, I need to go fucking do something. I gotta bust my ass, or like, I don't know. It's one of those things where you want to change your life a little bit, which is not a great thing, but it's also like, there's a moral in this story that's like, hey, you also enjoy what you got too. Like, there's a lot.
The in between stuff is as important as getting to your end goal, and the end goal isn't the point of life; it's getting there. But again, having that level of creativity and writing and be able to pull it off. Because, literally the movie came out the same fucking day Wonder Woman. It was almost the exact same fucking message, but failed in every way, shape, and form. So it's like, it matters how well the writing and how well the acting and how well everything comes together. So if you're even getting 10% of that for the Spider-Verse, because I don't know what they're going to do for Spider-Verse 2. I have no fucking idea. They might just go crazy and turn this into Matrix 2 and just get every fucking stupid Spider-Man bullshit in and make this a horrible fucking movie, or do what Lego Part 2 did and pretend to be deep, or it could be a really good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, because for me, it's like looking at the Spider-Man movie, like, I understand the second one, it has to crowd please as well, just like, what they kind of did with Soul. But like with the Spider-Man movie, the sequel, it's like, yeah, it's going to be really simple to crowd please and do some really cool action stuff. But Kim Powers is going to be that guy that says, okay, well, let's make you feel during, the web swinging and all the crazy Marvel shit. So for me, dude, like, this couldn't be any better news. I fucking love Kim Powers. I haven't watched One Night in Miami yet. I know Claire Hazel said something about like not liking Soul as much. Oz from What Up Son had some issues with Soul, you know what I mean? And I think those are pretty obvious issues. Me and you talked about it, Alan, on Women.
Oh yeah, we talked about it on the show. Like, I have a lot of issues, like, not a lot of issues, it's more one particular and a little bit about the ending that I've literally got to a yelling match with a friend of mine about. But it's at the end of the day, it's like, look, no, anyone that's ever heard me do this rant, I never give anything a perfect rating because I don't believe a perfect movie exists. I believe every movie, including my favorite movies of all time, there's always something that's not perfect because I don't believe in a perfect product. But Soul gets pretty goddamn close. It has its issues, but no movie doesn't have an issue.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, I mean, I feel like I should probably look at movies more like that too, where it's like, sometimes issues are like, okay, it's going to affect numerically, like, why I rate this, like, right away. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, there is situations where it is too bad. Like Soul, I gotta be honest, I'm not offended because I'm not the person that this is going to affect, but when Oz had an issue with this, I'm like, no, I get it. You can totally take a bunch of points off for that shit. If you're a person who cares about that. Me, I'm just not that audience.
Because everyone's gonna have different things they care about. There are people like, oh, better sex, best movie I've ever seen. And I was like, yeah, that's perfectly fair. But at the end of the day, it's like, when I look at it as quote unquote issue, even if it doesn't bother me, I'll be like, okay, this might bother somebody. But again, Ocarina of Time, my favorite game of all time. That's not a perfect game.
Yeah, no, definitely right. Yeah, game sucks. Yeah.
The game is fucking amazing, but my only problem with that game is you get told the same story 3 times, twice by the same person.
Yeah. That's true. By the way, that's a fucking great question. Here's the thing. I hope we don't get into a fight. But Company Hazel says, do you think spoilers spoil movies? And I think they do not unless the movie sucks. And people just don't want to admit it yet.
I disagree. Yeah, you go.
Well, say why you disagree, because I might go on a little bit of a rant. So I'm going to have you totally go first.
I think because the thing is that there's different degrees of what spoilers are. I stand by the notion that character deaths are always a spoiler at any point, because if you know when a character dies, any fight they get into, they'll survive until the time they don't. But when it comes to spoiling a movie, is once you know a certain event's going to happen, if it's important to the movie, like extremely important to the movie, you're going to basically know it's coming. Pick an example off the top of my head. T2. If you're told that, spoilers, I know it's a 30-year-old movie, but just in case. If you're told that the Arnold is a good guy and you never watched the movie, anytime he shows up, you're not as tense as the movie wants you to feel. Hell, that spoiler was in the fucking trailer. So, but again, I avoided The Shining for 20 fucking years, so you know what it is. But like that becomes a spoiler, which means you are no longer getting what the movie intended you to do, which means you are not enjoying the movie the way it was supposed to, and you're getting essentially a lesser product as a result. If we're going to continue down the Terminator, the Genesis plot twist of John being the bad guy, well, that changes how you feel about the character. That's a plot twist in the movie. If you already know it's coming, you're not as intense, which means you're not going to enjoy the movie as much as it is. It takes something away from you, but as a result of the spoiler being there. And that Shyamalan's entire career was on not spoiling the fucking movies.
True, but like here's a good example. Actually, I was about to bring something up that he's done. The greatest example for spoilers I always bring up is The Sixth Sense, where and by the way, spoilers. I hate saying that. That's why it gets so annoying too about these spoilers. Man. But the thing is, though, is like about Sixth Sense. When I first saw this movie, it was like one of the best movies I ever saw. Because I was like, fuck, this movie's so great, I'm scared, and there's moments where it is scary, or there's jump scares, but they're earned, and all these characters, and what's going to happen. And at the end, that twist is almost like worth waiting at the end. So I'm like, holy shit, now I got to watch it again. And I watched it again, and everything fit within its continuity of what the ending is, which is Bruce Willis is dead, and he's been a ghost talking to this kid, and they kind of tell you, like, I see dead people, and the only person reacting to Bruce Willis is the kid, so that should be enough for you to know, like, okay, well, they've been kind of telling you this whole movie. But then you watch it for a third time, you start realizing, like, there's shots where people are just, and I don't think get mad, but it's like people eating, people walking, people looking at trees.
And it does that all the time. He has some of those pointless fucking scenes in any movies I've ever watched.
Yeah. And you start realizing, oh my god, I'm watching basically 30 minutes stretched to an hour and a half just for the context of being a movie. And look, I respect the fuck out of this movie. I had a great time watching that. This movie fucking sucks ass. Like, this is a very, very bad movie. But the thing is if you like moments in movies, then you're going to have a good time. And if you really don't see it coming, like if you watch this with a family member who doesn't know the spoiler, which that's, I think, rare nowadays. I think everybody knows.
Actually, it wasn't until maybe like 4 years ago that I accidentally got spoiled on it. I actually was able to avoid the plot twist for a long time.
Yeah, but like, I think that's one of those biggest things. Hazel says, there's chemistry between characters, delivery of lines, and how events happen to make the movie. A movie can have a very typical plot line, but if the movie has these things, then it is a good movie. Jump Street is a good example. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, spoilers is a catch-all term, because at the end of the day, like I said, for instance, character that's always a spoiler, that's fair, that makes sense, you can understand that. But tone is also a spoiler. If I told Nick did a review for Mortal Kombat by watching some bootleg through some dude's shirt or whatever the fuck the bootleg quality was, and him telling you that the movie's fantastic can be construed as a spoiler because he's spoiling. If you know him, he's essentially spoiling the tone that you should expect for the movie. For instance, I know nobody likes the show, but Big Bang Theory took me a while to get. There's an episode where a guy goes, "Oh, that comic book, it's fantastic." And the guy goes, "What the fuck? Now you set my expectations." That's a spoiler. So it's like, to me, I do believe spoilers spoil a movie. And I remember having this discussion a while ago of, is there such thing as a movie you can't spoil? And the only thing that ever comes to my head is Inception. You can't spoil the movie Inception because because the actual main plot is disconnected from the ending of the movie. So you can't actually, and the movie has an open-ended. You can't spoil Inception. There's nothing you can tell somebody about Inception besides it's a good or bad movie that would change anything that happens in that movie.
So I'll give it another example too. Infinity War.
Go
ahead. I mean, because I know the comic books and I know this movie was cut in two parts, I knew people were going to die / turn into ash. I knew that. But the movie is like, well, while you might, know this twist, we're going to entertain the fuck out of you. There's jokes, there's action, there's lots of like, oh my god, this is about to happen. Okay, it didn't happen. Woo, that was a close one. Like all this shit. I can watch Infinity War again and again and again and have a great time. Meanwhile, you'll watch something like fucking like Deadpool. And granted, that's a fun movie in a sense too, but some people had issues with that being like a spoiler, like blah blah. And it's like if that ruins your movie, where all he's gonna do is just take off his fucking mask, whatever. Like that means the movie sucks, and you just really want to see what the ending was gonna be. Like that's one of those like weird things where it's like, yeah, I don't understand why some people will call. Oh, WandaVision, that's another huge one. WandaVision, I had fun with it, and there's I like what they were trying to do, and it was a really big experiment, right? But people were so like, don't tell me anything. I gotta watch this like the hour it comes out. Fucking blah blah blah. And the thing is though, it's like once you find out, if you go back and watch WandaVision, maybe there's like 2 episodes that are actually good. That whole thing is just playing with your balls. Just be like, hey, you're gonna find out a piece of this at the end of this episode. Rub, and then you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna bust your nut until the end of episode 8 or 9, whatever it fucking ended on.
It would end up being 9, but that's not necessarily there's not everyone that's gonna like that, but every episode has a giant moment. Like the thing about it was weird because when you watch the first episode, you get it. You get what's going on and you can understand why. The job of that show is to essentially get you to the end point so that you understand the characters' reasonings for what they did. There's enough spoilers in there that various particular stuff that I won't say now, but like the point of the show is it wants you to think and essentially come up with your own theories. Because you're going to be 50% right. There's still stuff in the show. It's a simple story with a complex way to get to it. It's like 2 + 2, but you did a bunch of integral calculus to get there. But the journey is what's the point of that show. So the spoilers themselves, there's a couple that I think are extremely important, maybe like 2 or 3. But it's the journey to get there that makes it worth it. Because if I just told you, yeah, she just got upset because Vision died, you'd be like, that's it? It's like walking up to someone. It's like, yeah, he killed a bunch of guys because he killed his dog. It's like, well, I guess that's a problem. But once you watch the journey of the movie, it makes sense for that character. Once you watch the journey of WandaVision, it makes sense. So spoilers might not necessarily affect the quality of that show, but it is still a part of that show of, hey, there's certain things you don't tell people right away.
Yeah, and then in defense of what Alan just said there too, is like that's another thing about the show where there's 2 episodes that are just like old school shit where it's like a sitcom which you don't care about spoilers. Then there has action. Then there's some story stuff. So it's like they were satisfying a lot of audiences, and I gotta give them credit for that. Good job on just. It's
a risk. It was a huge fucking risk of a show that had almost no action at all except for like one moment near the end. They're like, we're just going to have it where we're focusing on characters, and they nailed it in every way, shape, and form.
And one thing, man, I went, dude, I'm going to be honest, I went a whole week without bringing this show up. You know what to bring up, right?
Invincible?
No, The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah. I was like, Invincible? Because that's a huge spoiler in that show.
This right here is a great example of, spoilers can be a problem. For certain things.
Don't even give me. Oh my god, this is the show that got me so paranoid on spoilers because every fucking death on that show got spoiled to me 30 minutes after the episode came out.
Yeah,
almost every single one, from the old guy dying to fucking the mom getting killed, like every single fucking one, because that's what the show was. It was a build up to whoever's gonna die next. So if you missed that, here goes 4 episodes of hungry. A zombie, family, Coral. Like that's the fucking Walking Dead.
and that's the thing. Like for me, it's like that's where I see Alan's point because I still feel the way I feel. I don't think spoilers ruin movies or ruin shows or anything. But one thing that can get really annoying is the fact that the whole season serves the purpose of keeping you patient until they tell you what you want to know after fucking 16 episodes, and it's like, oh, well, they killed Glenn then. Oh, Rick died. Or did it, that
whatever
kind of shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, I don't like when they take their time with shit, and that's why I totally, like, now I don't argue anymore. People say, like, man, I don't watch Walking Dead, fuck the shit, I'm not watching around this. I'm like, yeah, because you're watching people eat fucking breakfast and, like, grow corn, and then, you just sit there, and then, and there's a zombie. Okay, well, they killed him. You've seen that a million fucking times. Okay, what's next? All right, I'm going to go change my clothes. I'm going to go I'm going to do laundry, and then at the end, they can kill somebody. Okay, cool. It's like, no, fuck that. Like that's annoying. But the reason why I still like this show is that every time that fucking climactic episode comes out, you can pretty much have in your head of like, hey, if I just skipped every episode and didn't do what the internet's doing and watch this right away, like the fact that spoilers can piss you off or just ruin what you're expecting, that's your fault for going online. And I really do think people should start doing that. Not to go on you at all, Alan.
You literally gave me shit for doing what you're about to advocate, where I spent 2 days off the internet so that I wouldn't get spoiled for the finale of WandaVision.
But that's the thing. It's like, why care so much? Because they're not going to spoil enough to where it's going to be an issue. Like everyone's going to watch that last episode when it comes out. Like you don't have access to that last episode yet.
But again, we literally just finished with one of the reasons I spoiled is because The Walking Dead would get spoiled 45 minutes after it aired. Like, it would be all over the internet. It would be in there'd be Facebook pages. The Everyone Hates Chris thing. Because of the fact that character was on Everyone Hates Chris, literally like an hour after that fucking episode aired, all the memes were just the Everyone Hates Chris and the character dying. Like,
that's a fucked up joke to me too, by the way. That's
what I mean, though. I honestly can't think of a single character death that I didn't know about. Like, and again, I was a fan of the show for a long time, and I'd be like, I had a rule: as soon as it came to that day, I would avoid the internet. But again, sometimes being public, I had buddies text me, "Oh man, I can't believe this dude died." I'm like, "Bro, come on."
Yeah, man. But no, and just to say it out loud to Gene, there's been people that eat people, but not zombies.
Listen, this is what I've been talking about. Maybe the cure is literally just like cutting up a zombie and like making a fire, putting the parts in some water, heating them up, and then eating them.
Oh, you know what? There was people that are eating zombies because that one guy was infected, and the bad guys.
No, that was accidental. That was accidental.
But they didn't die from eating it though. They could have kept eating it.
Yeah, I just want to point out, like, something always kind of threw me off of The Walking Dead. I praised it at first because I've always said that zombie apocalypses are stupid because bites are a terrible way to transmit an infection because it would usually stop around 2 people and then the person would get shot. Like, you wouldn't be able to transmit it. But they managed to fix the problem in The Walking Dead because it's also airborne, so it's just you dying. But then how would a scratch or a bite make you infected if you're already infected?
No, because like it's getting like you're getting sick, like because I mean it's open wound, you know.
Yeah,
like,
there we go. And then it kills you. Yeah, you die. Okay, that makes sense. I thought that was kind of bothering me, but like you technically could eat a zombie and not necessarily get the infection.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit's so confusing.
The problem is they ain't cooking it right.
Yeah, actually, that is she's not wrong.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Because I mean, well, yeah, any kind of meat.
I've been saying this shit forever. Eat the fucking zombies. Yes.
Have you, or did you say this right now because you're like, I smoked some crack, so fuck it?
No, she's been saying this for a long time.
Oh, really? Actually,
like for years.
Okay. Jess is saying weird shit, so I'm like, I don't know if I should believe her.
Well, maybe you should start listening to me because I'm
eat
them fucking
trying
zombies
to keep you
forever.
alive.
I'm not gonna eat a zombie. I'll just die.
Yeah. And by the way, Ryan, no, we're not doing crack. That place isn't open yet. Anything, right, Alan? You know, radio crack.
Radio crack.
And also, like, I've asked this before when it comes to, like, zombie movies and stuff like that. They barely ever mention mosquitoes and stuff like that, because couldn't mosquitoes also transfer?
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
but they're already
Jurassic
infected.
World, so, you know, there you go.
Oh, but the thing about the thing about viruses and transmission is it's already in the air, so which means they're already affected to a certain degree. But once they get sick and die, that's what allows the virus to take over. Is when they inevitably die. Because season 2 or season 3, there was a random sickness going around that was killing people and turning them into zombies. Because again, they would die and then they would become a zombie.
That's my favorite fucking joke. KFZ.
Oh my god. Kentucky Fried Zombies. You're just eating people. That's probably why they don't eat zombies, because it's cannibalism at that point.
Yeah, that's fucking great. I fucking love that, dude. Anyways, though, guys, but yeah, really quick before you go, though, Jet, what is, like, I mean, I want you to answer that question, actually, like the spoiler thing, like, in your opinion, and TV shows?
I mean, I'll speak for myself. Like, I was that kid who basically, when we were assigned to read a book, I would read the back of it just to know what happens.
Wow.
I've always, like, went for spoilers, because the thing is, I'm not going to have, like, my whole, like, day revolve around, like, avoiding stuff. Because, like, someone wants to be like, oh, well, this is what happens, You do the power move and just be like, I know. I read it before you.
Yeah. And it shouldn't ruin it. Because, like, I mean, you've probably read books that are still good after you know
like, I watch anime and read manga. Most of the time, like, anime is adapted from manga, so I already know what's going to happen. I just want to see it animated.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best person when it comes to, like, asking about spoilers, because, honestly, it is the journey for the most part of like how they actually do it that actually keeps me interested.
That's another thing too to bring up too is like with Mortal Kombat, people are like, hey, don't they're showing too much of spoilers. It's like, guys, it's Mortal Kombat. Like,
well, and also they're showing
the
action scenes and shit. Like, I don't need to see
true.
fucking every action scene in the trailer.
That is true. That's true. Well, no, because they're actually putting out like whole scenes. It's like
that's what I mean. I saw it earlier. Well, it's just awesome action scene. I'm like, no, I won't. I'll watch it in the movie.
Yeah, but like, why are they doing that? Like, that's a weird decision.
Because they want to sell people on the movie that everyone's like, Mortal Kombat, what the fuck is that? Oh, cool action. I will watch.
Yeah, I guess. But no, man. So, by the way, people, please watch Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be so fucking good. Anyways, we're gonna get the fuck out of here though, actually, because I gotta do some more DT Bytes work, and then also I gotta get clips for Corey because tonight the review is gonna be Street Fighter. Don't ask me why Corey's doing Street Fighter on the week of Mortal Kombat.
Why would he do Mortal Kombat unless he already did it?
Well, he already did Mortal Kombat 2, so he hasn't.
That's what they need to remake. They need to fucking remake the goddamn Street Fighter movies.
Nobody cares about Street Fighter.
Why didn't he?
What do you mean no one cares about Street Fighter? I care about Street Fighter.
Do you?
Yes.
Or you just care about Chun-Li?
No, but Ryan.
I care about all the girls in there.
I like how Ryan defends Double Toast more than I do. I work for them. But, dude, they didn't review the first Mortal Kombat. Only Sammy did, and they've already reviewed
it's not a video game movie. It's a movier.
Yeah. Movier. But no, so, hopefully Corey does the retro review for Mortal Kombat tomorrow or something. But like, he listens to you guys, Toasties. Can you guys please tell him how dumb that is?
By the way, and why did he pick the Street Fighter movie and not the better Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li?
No, that's wrong.
That movie is terrible. It's actually way worse.
Yeah.
Better character, worse movie.
Oh, dude, that's like legitimately one of the worst. Like, that's not like, because video game movies always get a bad rep of just being bad, but that's legitimately just like on its own, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I'm gonna play the thing with Ryan because he always has like an answer. Hey Ryan, he already he fucking.
In the Spill Day, dude, that was like 8 years ago.
No, but he already did Train Day way back in day 2, and he reviewed it again. No, why don't you tell me about that, huh?
Yeah, no one's opinion is gonna change after a decade.
Yeah, I wanted to redo Terminator Salvation with that fucking bullshit ass Spill review. That was fucking one of the worst Spill reviews I ever fucking listened to.
And where were you when Sammy did a retro review for John Wick?
Oh my god, yeah.
I still never forgave him for
fucking
that.
head.
I never forgave him for that because John Wick 2 was coming out and he did a retro review for John Wick 1. I'm like, bro, that's like 2 years ago. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Anyways, Corey, if you watch this, dude, seriously, that was interesting to pick Street Fighter. On the
Ryan, I'm just reading Ryan's comments. Why are you arguing this?
No, when it comes to Double stuff, he argues with me like so much. Like I don't understand. And then like what happens is like something ends up like proving me like 100% sure right, and he's like, oh well. It's like, why do we even argue? I don't
like
care.
It's not like this is the first time. Like Corey does this all the time. Where it's like, hey, a movie's coming out. Let me do a review, even if I already did it. Because guess what? Like the DT audience is also new people that were never a part of Spill, and we know this because again, moderate the fucking goddamn fan page so we know how many people are still from the old Spill days.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just kind of like I don't like. There's many visual proof, sir, but either way though, and bias. I work for them, so why I would be biased on their behalf, guy. What the fuck?
I thought we were heading out because I've been holding it.
Look,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
tomorrow Corey's going to review Tomb Raider. It's a video game movie.
It's a video game movie, yeah. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Alan, tell him very, very quickly about your things over here on the.
Alrighty then. So, literally posted the episode. The premiere is about to go live, so I guess I have the best timing in the world. So drop a link there. The premiere is about to go live. We're talking about Prince Philip. We're talking about Dogecoin. We're talking about all that stuff. If you missed the premiere, I'll do in case you missed it, post. So basically, just follow me on Facebook. My information is there. You already know my name, so check that out. Drop a like on the top so you can get where the premieres go live. And I hope you enjoy the show.
All right, guys. With that said, we out of here. Peace out. All that good stuff. The music is now playing. We're not going to rate anybody yet because I'm going to save that for Chris Herman when he gets on, as well as some double toast of people to rate him as well. Goodbye, Jeggo P. I had fun.
It's okay.
You guys say, wait, did you pee?
You already did. She had a bottle.
No, I'm holding it.
Bottle.